Well, good afternoon and welcome to heaven. Well, not literally, of course. We're at the Heaven CC this week in the city of Ansan in South Korea for day 3 coverage of the Hana Bank Invitational, the 13th staging of this great championship that brings together the best from the Korean and Japanese tours to contest a 1.3 billion Korean won prize purse. Heaven CC staging its first professional men's event this week. Plays just a smidge under 7,300 yards, and we have seen plenty of high-quality golf already through the first 2 days. 4 under par was the cut line. 78 players moving through to the weekend, including the defending champion Takashi Ojiso. But it was the unheralded Justin De Los Santos from the Philippines, the 29-year-old who flies his trade on the Japanese tour, took a one-shot lead into today, but he has since been caught and surpassed by Jinho Choi. This is Big Sean Norris, the South African. It was a birdie putt at the 9th, so Norris just going to settle for a par. Sarcastic thumbs up to someone moving in the gallery behind that 9th green, just putting off the big man. Don't want to do that too often. Taylor Oak was one of 3 players tied in second coming into today. He's in the penultimate group and has finally picked up a birdie, so a sigh of relief there from Oak, who has been struggling a little bit on moving day. In the company of Norris is Gyu Min Lee, runner-up in this championship back in 2022 to Jun Seok Lee. Himself a brand new Mercedes-Benz for a hole-in-one on the 8th, the second hole-in-one of the season. Ace. We did have an ace back at the SK Telecom Open on the island of Jeju a couple of weeks ago. Now, this is your final group. Hugely experienced campaigner, 44-year-old Hiroshi Iwata. Just 1 under par. 7 today, so currently in solo 4th. You can see on that little mini leaderboard on the bottom right of your screen. 1 shot separates each of the top 5. This is the man who's been on a tear this afternoon, Hyung-Jun Lee. 5 birdies on his front line. He heads to the turn in 31 and within 1 of Jinho Choi. Good look here at Justin De Los Santos. I have to say, the least well known of any of the players in the first page of the leaderboard, but certainly a heck of a golfer. Has never lost his card since 2021 on the Japanese tour. Richard Lee has been red hot this year in South Korea. Already a winner at the Wuri Financial Group Championship. Came in a 3-way playoff back at the end of April. 2 runner-up finishes, a playoff loss at the SK Telecom Championship to Jae-Wong. This is the man they're all chasing, Jinho Choi. A bit of a poor tee shot there for Choi, who really put his foot down with a spectacular eagle at the 4th. Followed that one up with another birdie at the par 5 6th to take a 1-shot lead over Hyung-Jun Lee. Into Richard Lee's par at the 12th. No shortage of birdies on the Canadians card today. 5 birdies with 2 drop shots, and he's back at 10 under par. Cole led after the opening round with Taylor Oak, 63 then, but a very bland and pedestrian 72 yesterday. Left him 3 behind De Los Santos. Coming into the weekend, he turned on the style on Saturday. It was 5 birdies on the front side. Bio Kim, just the 65 yesterday for Bio to comfortably make it through to the weekend, and he's continuing some fine golf this afternoon. 3 under par for his round thus far as the 2-time Making Open champion. Good second, Chong, 2022. Got a little ahead of it, moving off to the right perhaps. Just a thickish rough. It's very much been a luck of the draw type situation if you stray off the fairways at Heaven CC. Some pretty good lies and some awful ones as well. And Choi. Shut it down, that one. With a little too much authority. It's a big fella, the South African, but lovely, effortless rhythm throughout his golf game. Look at his 10th hole, he's birdied it each of the first 2 days. Keep turning for Iwata. The greens have sped up a little bit. We did have rather dour conditions Friday afternoon. Persistent rain slowing the greens down, softening up the golf course. Didn't lead to any trickier scoring though. Pace of scoring has been brilliant all week long. Every single one of the 78 players who made the cut still under par for the championship. Santos can't find a birdie there. Very much in the picture, yet to win on the Japanese tour. Consistent performer. 29-year-old from Manila. It's the 8th event of the season on the KPGA and JGTO tours. Okay, well hold there for the 44-year-old Jinho Choi. 1-year-old, excuse me. Actually, Watt is 44. Solid season in 2024. Watt up. Pair of victories. Let's finish this season out. The runner-up finish at the Crowns at the beginning of May. Save that first birdie of the day. It's spurred Tehuno on along. He's going to keep chasing. Nicely done. Tops the Genesis points list so far this season. Big Jun Kim got off to a horror start with a double bogey early. He's battling along nicely. He's given himself a good opportunity there for another birdie. And the season opener on the Korean Tour, the Promi Open. Lee, slight downhill line, but coming out of the fairway at 13. Pins just 5 from the left edge. A little shoulder in the corner of the green. That's okay. Just watch the soft hands of Norris here. He leads with the big muscles. Produces a lot of excellent approach shots. Nicely played by Sean. See the top of the flagstick from this right rough. It looks to be sitting okay. So we have to expect some kind of release once this pitch is on the green. circle on the Korean tour. Starting to find his range. Beautiful little flighted wedge in tight. Ninth tee. Real dangers if you blow it right here. It's par 4. So the ball's just tucked into that left rough. Do get an occasional glimpse of Justin De Los Santos when we do have co-sanctioned events with the Japanese tour and the Asian tour. Very tiny golf game, quick tempo as well. Reminds me a lot of the world #1 Nick Price, particularly with the short irons. Great iron player Price he was. And he's not short, Justin De Los Santos. That cuts off a huge amount of that dog leg, so he's going to have a little flicky wedge into the green. And for Jinho Choi. It's time winner. KPGA Tour. Genesis points this. 2016. In his game for the last couple of seasons. He's starting to find a little good form again in recent years. Going back to the top of Korean golf continues. Jinho Choi. Taking a look at things right now. 6 on clear of Hyunjun Lee and 2 ahead of overnight leader Los Santos. Halfway into day 3 of the Hana Bank Invitation. Pure and true. Back-to-back birdies there for Tae Nook. Moves him back to even for his round. For a couple of years here in South Korea. It's a tough squad to get on. Well extricated from there. Bravely. Excellent round. 65 yesterday that moved him to that penultimate group. Now can Norris convert? Yes, he can. Just looks so comfortable with that long putter. Has done for many years in his career. It's on the first page of the leaderboard. Richard Lee do the same. Good up and down. Very tidy save. Slim and trim Todd Bake. Looks like he's lost about 20 pounds. American. It's a putt he's going to want back. Far from his best effort. Jinho Choi to tie the lead on the 10th. Nothing to this one. Just take that putt ahead, accelerating, the face square and your head down. Grab a share of the lead, 1-2. Very good golf from Jinho Choi. Continues to find the birdies. He finds himself tied. His countryman Jinho Choi. Good break for Choi at the 9. Looks like his ball's come to rest just short of the Mount Sandfield divot. Perhaps not going to make contact with that sand as it makes its way through the ball into the turf. Catch ball first. That's the difficult golf shot. Should be a 9-iron. Keep it out wide of his flag. Slide up to it too. It's a good spot to leave it. Place to be putting from for Invitational. Enormous tee shot to the Santos. It's going to just be a sand wedge or a gap wedge. Ankle's excellent as well. That right side of the fairway. Watch the tempo here. Really like that. Good authority and acceleration into the ball. Quick 1-2. Such a follow through. Flight one in low, have it one skip and stop. Excellent. Earned Hana Invitational going to count towards both money lists, respective points list. The Genesis points list here in South Korea. Mercedes-Benz point rankings. Japan. This time, Korea and Japan co-sanctioning event will be the Shinhan-Donghei Open tri-sanction event with the Asian Tour in September. It's going to be staged at Bears Jack Nicklaus Golf Club in Incheon. Recently hosted Youth Golf Korea, won by a certain Bryson DeChambeau. Surprisingly, missed the cut at the US Open. But what? Looks like the wind has abated slightly as they turn for home.
Yeah, it looked like it. That I could be. I mean, I should have flown.
하겠습니다. 이동 멈춰주세요.
Hump. Just in the middle of the screen right there. It's a real influence. Choice to move right as it makes its way over there. Straighten up a little. Pace is actually putting across a mound or up and over a ridge. So it's going to be slow to start, but gets to the backside of that really low gap pace. It's about here, and Queen's running 12 at the stick meter. I'd say pace was pretty good from Jinho Choi there. Did everything but go in. His first top 10 of the season last week in Busan. Group Championship at the end of April. Wata, 20th last week. Japan in defense of his Mori Building Cup title. It's just a bit of a tentative one. Turns in 100 par Iwata. One back to Los Santos start of the day. He's 3 behind Hyunjin Lee. Kim wide off the tee at the 10th. He's judged that out of the rough. Spectacularly glorious shot from Baekjun Kim. Santos. Too much in this putt. Flat as well. Doesn't have to worry about it getting away from him. Is that going to stay up? Accelerate through the ball. Not squandered, but Iwata he'll turn in 1 under. He had it going a little on the front line. A couple of bogeys have just halted the charge of the tall man from Gwangju. The afternoon at Kuri Iwasaki, chipping up short of the par 3 12th. About 8 feet for par. Touch clumsy there. I've seen a few weird chip shots played this week. Not quite sure why. It's not like this course isn't presented in immaculate fashion. This course did such a good job this week. Golf course. Kim for not be birding the par 5s at Heaven CC. All of them all playing under par. Statistically losing shots to the field, as it has been over the first 2 days. Birdies, the order of the day here at Heaven CC. Kim still clinging on to that advantage over Taehyunok at the top of the Genesis point standings. Richard Lee not too far behind as well. 1,000 points up for grabs this week for the winner of the Hana Invitational. Good spot right edge of the fairway for Hyunjin Lee. Par 5 11th made eagle here on Thursday, one of 2 eagles in that opening round of 63. carve some kind of high cut into this raised green. Going to stay up on that little plateau. No, just teeters off to the low section, but 2 good hits. Back into the co-lead after his 6th birdie of the day. Jinho back on 10. To the so 9 holes left to play for the final group this Saturday. Iwata will lead us off on the 10th. Santos had the lead at the end of any round of play of competition on the Japanese tour since the opening round at the ACN Championship in 2023. But when he started inside the top 10 going into the weekend, so it's the same year. It was at the KPGA San Augusta tournament by Song. It's been a while since the Filipino's been in this position. He's on very nicely. Don't think it's going to skip all the way down to the fairway now, just praying for a good lie. It looks like it's just about okay. Good work in the back 9 this week. For the first 2 days anyway. The best score is posted on the front 9 this far this week. 32. And with his 2 playing partners, he's going with driver. And thread the needle. Short grass. Kenny's leading like that. Might be turning over a touch too much. Is it going to hang on? Should. It's very good now for Jinho Choi. He can angle into that pin position as well. You can throw it into that side slope to the right of the hole. Andrew Lee and Jinho Choi, 2 clear of De Los Santos. 9 holes to play on day 3 at the Hana Bank Invitational. Back. Going to be 3 birdies in a row there for Taehoon Oak. A few years ago, International Series Korea Asian Tour. Sean Norris, Kim Jun Lee, so reachable in 2. Getting on that back plateau. In that front bunker, took a bogey, par 5 6th around today. It's not going to be a straightforward bunker shot for the Safa. Left to right swing at this, but putting uphill. Hit it hard enough, too hard. Left. Banana ball, it looks like. 234. spot just to the right-hand side of the green. Good miss there. Human. Kosaira. On the green, chipping. And doing very nicely. Sugoi Kosaira-san. To even for the day and improve his mood slightly. Look at that. 7 under par. Still not even inside the top 30. Everything in that one. Clear here on the hook. Importantly, finds the fairway. It's out of the bunker, so it's the simplest shot. If a severe upslope. This one to chase along. He's had issues around the greens in the past, particularly with chipping and pitching. So 2 years ago went to a left-hand low chipping style, popularized and made famous by the US Open winner, Englishman Matt Fitzpatrick. It's becoming a more popular way to play your chip shots, especially for those who might struggle a little. Wedges. It's okay for De Los Santos, but the only problem is that hole's cut. There's a ball right to left slope just in front of it on this angle. This one's not going to have much spin, so the only way to get it close is to throw it up against that right fringe and try to have it roll along like a putt. It contours down to that pin, hang it out right. Doesn't leave you an easy up and down. That's going to be the problem coming out of the rough. Just that big first bounce. Through the back, not the worst place to leave it at 10. These two playing partners, they're going to have much more control in second shots. Can pitch this sort of way De Los Santos did, as long as he makes good contact. One hop and a little bit of spin. A player of his caliber, expecting this one within 10 feet. Plenty of spin on that. Just illustrates the difference between coming out of the rough and going from the fairway. Birdie chance now for Wata. Choi, by virtue of hitting driver down to the flat portion of the fairway, much shorter second shot in. Still a similar shot required. Carry it the full distance and hop and stop. That is a big mistake. Jinho Choi. Perfect. Great angle. He's airmailed the greens. The ball's actually finished behind that of Justin De Los Santos. On today, Jinho Choi after a par at the opening hole. A good bit of fortune just carrying it over. Deep greenside bunker, managed to use some spin and slope to funnel it down close. That was the first birdie of the day, and then this was that eagle I was talking about earlier on. 2 good hits to leave himself in this spot, and from that point it just never looked like missing. The other par 5 on the front 9. Pick up another birdie. Stretch his lead to, at that point, comfortable 2 shots. Since been caught by Jinho Lee and faces a bit of work. the 10th to stay in that share of the lead. And Gumin at 11. Shot he can be aggressive with. Sounded thick. It was not sound of clean contact. Just tangled up in that rough a little. I was caught in the top part of the club face and came up with no speed whatsoever. Sloppy hole for Choi. Could have the solo lead in the next couple of minutes. Hyungjun Lee, an eagle putt at 11, up 2 ridges. Move a little right. That's 4 out of 10. De Los Santos. A shot to Choi, but closer, not an upslope. Far simpler. Still the technique applied. Just pitch it past the fringe, let it tumble along. That's much better. Good tidy short game, always a useful tool to have in your bag. Keep De Los Santos at 13 under. Norris for his birdie.
Right.
Fairway. Still there. I'm confused here. Pretty sure we just saw Hyungjun Lee up on the green, unless it's a call-up hole. It's all a little bizarre. Sorted out as Choi surveys the situation on 10. Slightly irritated. He just walked off the screen with a bogey. Took the aggressive option, pulled it off with a lovely tee shot. Poor wedge in a very substandard pitch. He's left on this for par. Some swing from right to left. Just one of those putts that you face a couple times in a round. Just preserve the momentum. To drop a shot today. As now. Real unforced error. Jinho Choi is going to hand the solo lead to Hyungjun Lee. Back on the 11th green. Kimin Lee. Left to righter, just enough on it. Good fall there. Salvages the situation well with a good putt. It's all that Iwata has an opportunity to a share of third with De Los Santos. Straight putt from Hiroshi. Don't need to start outside the hole. Okay, confidently slammed into the back of the cup. Iwata. Within 2. For how long? This is a birdie putt. The tournament leader. It's got 3-putt par. Hyungjun Lee. Kazuki Higa, 2022 Japanese Order of Merit and Money List champion. Bit of a poor day, but that'll help. 7 under goes Higa, who hasn't won since 2022. I saw him win 4 times, including the Dunlop Phoenix and the Shinandonghe Open. He did make a bogey back on 11, but ran into some trouble in that bunker. Ooh, that's the low line drive from Jungwon Lee. He actually hit it so bad, I think he's avoided the bunker, and that's a good thing. You do not want that 30-yard bunker shot. Poor location. Picture. Big tee shot on the left-hand side, but it looks like he's on a slight downslope. Makes it a little uncomfortable. Down you don't see much loft. That driving iron, you have to get it up quickly to an elevated green. So 216 left. Solid. Good shot. Leaves it in the correct spot. Just right on this green. Is it the easiest up and down, as it were? Find this fairway, you're thinking birdie. Plain and simple. So it's okay. It's just in that left rough. It's a little from right to left, but we saw Richard Lee run into some problems pulling his tee shot. Left of the cart path on day 1 led to a double bogey, so you can go at this. Be wary. Just turn it over too much. That's A1 De Los Santos. Right, he's got to shake it off now. Jinho Choi after that very disappointing bogey. He's played the par 5s excellent this week, and I said earlier that's the key to success on Heaven CC. Scoring on the par 5s. 10 on the long holes. 3 eagles already this week. Jinho Choi. 12th. Stern test this par 3, but right section of the green. Tilt with the putting green is from right to left. It's just a little deep for Hugh Min.
오른쪽 그린에 있는 것 같아. 근데 맞기는 여기 네트 맞았는데.
Jungwon short of the bunker. A little pitch and run. Not his best, but will have a reasonable look at a birdie. Likes to hit little cuts in this right hole location. Does fit his eye nicely. Cut it perhaps. Oh no. Cart path. Cart path. Left-hand side of it, but into some pretty gnarly looking rough.
Yeah, that's right.
Front bunker. Just hard to get it all the way back to that flag, even playing into the wind. Up a little further on the back line, Tomoyo Ikemura, the par 3 15th, already seen one hole-in-one this week from Gyu-Min Lee on Thursday. 11 paces on from the front, just in the left corner of the green, and that's an aggressive tee shot from Ikemura. Picture. Simple little up and down, certainly much easier than the one he managed yesterday on this hole. It's just rolled by into quite guaranteed country. Dio Kim, unfortunately back at 8 under par now. Last title from 2 years ago at the LX Championship. Slow on up the rise at 11. It's a decent try. Just one of those players right now spinning his wheels slightly on Saturday. Under par, you are sliding backwards. This is all kinds of uncomfortable for Yoongjun Lee. Hands low, club face wide open. Got to play the big high flop here. He runs away from him once it hits the green. Mistakes creeping into the games of Lee and Choi, just letting the chasers have a sniff. Junwan Lee creep up. Ooh, just stays left for Lee. Norris just to right it. Next couple of feet of this putt going to be downhill. Yeah, they got that high enough. It's bogey 2 par 5 today in the big game. I think irritates him slightly. Picture Kim. Get up alongside Taehyun Oak at 11. Yes, he can. Gyu-Min is paying attention to that putt of Sean Norris. Give this one a little bit more break. So he's done it. That'll be a solid par. Tidy up. Par 5.
잠시 멈춰주세요.
Just wait for the final 3 ball. Fairway. This line is really the left edge of the far track. It's the green side bunker. Yes, just left of the green leaves you okay into the pitch up. Well, trying to hit the big slinger as he did on the 6th, and what a shot there from Jinho Choi. You think he likes playing par 5s? That's shot of the day in my books. He has no idea how close that is, but he will be delighted when he gets up to the green. Just carried on the green over that bunker. So he got the height, he got the legs. Yes, it does. How about those 2 shots from Jinho Choi and Hiroshi Iwata? Spectacular. Over to you, Justin de los Santos. Looks like it's a hybrid club. Hoik this one up in the air. Drawing as well, maybe just a little too much. Just wondered maybe he was in between clubs there, but that's okay. Handy leave, not as good as his two playing partners. Absolutely fine for the Filipino. He's in trouble up at 12. Choi, eagle hunting for the second time today at the 11th. Lead flip-flopping right now as we have another look at majestic second of Jinho Choi. And hit that high bender, pitched it in the perfect spot. Really, you could stand out there all day and not hit a shot as good as that one that Jinho Choi has just played. While that was going on, Lee with a whole lot of work to do to stay at 15 under. Poor tee shot into a first bogey of the weekend for Hyunjun Lee. Temporarily back into a tie with Jinho Choi, but that's going to change when Choi gets up to the 11th green. Kim missed a little one on 11. And that one slip away at 13. Double digits under par. Morris can't afford to be dropping shots here, Sean. Oh dear. Drop shot, Morris slides outside of the top 10. That was 2 off the lead about 90 minutes ago. Now head to 15 and Bio Kim. Tour at the end of 2024. And pretty much full time in South Korea. Does get a couple of starts on the Asian Tour with a medical exemption. Saki down into the 14th green. 9 under par. Fringes of the top 10. And that's okay. Big breaking putt though. The ultimate group on the 12th tee, picturing Kim. Got a hit of that. Hits it out right. Don't hit the cart path like Hyunjun did. Ooh. So far right. It's right in the cart path. That's not going to be a fun shot. Yeah, De Los Santos. Very similar to the pitch shot he just had back at 10. That club face. With that upper body, trying to get flippy at the bottom. Dump it on past the fringe, let it roll out the rest of the way. Just didn't quite carry it far enough, so pitched in the fringe, took all the sting out of it. Oak. 2 hole-in-ones last season on the Korean Tour. Good in the air, down with half a club more, but don't hear any complaints from Taehun. It's a birdie look. Void, fairly bunker down the right-hand side. It's the thickish rough on the left. So, eagle opportunity now for Hiroshi Iwata, and this would certainly throw the veteran cat among the proverbial pigeons. looked a little low. Watasan. Forward. Did not birdie this hole. Santos, and he knows that. He pops that one in confidently. Good birdie from Justin. Temporarily into a tie for the lead, but Jinho Choi. 3.5 feet. Too clear once again.
자, 플레이하겠습니다. 멈춰주세요.
I have to say this one needs to be started just right edge. It's a second eagle of the day, a fourth of the week, and Jinho Choi pushes 2 in front. Sportingly acknowledged by Justin De Los Santos there. Take the aerial route, not afraid to hit the high flop. It's the 23-year-old. That was too well played. Still putt for par. Shape of this fairway. Just carries the bunker, hits a nice kick and position now. Oak for birdie at 12. Right to left. Hit hard enough. No, it hasn't. A number of putts been left short this week. Greens are steep, maybe just catching up the players a little. Thought that putt from Teo cuts him right to left. Oh, this one for Saki at 14. Just gonna snap from there. Beautifully read and nicely holed for Aguri Iwasaki. Climbs into the top 10 with that birdie. Twelfth. Lee. Similar line to Taylor. Just remembers to hit it a little firmer. Certainly hasn't done that. It's a woeful effort from Chungwon. Looks like a thickish line for Human on the 13th. For par. Outside right, with pace. It's one of those times where you almost want to just yell at these three players and go, can someone get a putt to the hole? They're rather poor. Sean Norris, who's been sliding backwards over the last couple of holes. And that'll fix it. Beautiful stuff from Norris. Just a couple moments ago, now live with Hyungjun. Hand to miss the green. Swing demons the last 2 seasons. Signs are promising that he's starting to just find a little form once again. We have a lovely aerial look at the par 3 12th in that front right hole location. It's played as the second hardest hole today. It's already yielded 5 birdies, you can see there. No doubles though. Just a hole that requires a good solid tee shot. And hit a good putt as well. But what we've seen, the one place that players do not want to miss it is right. Lee and Picture and Kim can tell you all about that.
자, 안쪽으로 들어가 주세요.
Taking a pin 20 feet pin high left. Straight at the target. Aggressive tee shot for Jinho Choi.
근데 너무 있어. 진짜 기다리니까 들어가나겠네, 개마이로.
It's an elevated tee at 12. Trying to spend a little extra couple of seconds in the air. Good news for Hiroshi Iwata is there isn't too much wind to try and decipher. Finding a number, picking the club and just trusting that start line again. Left to the pin. It'll be fine. Unpleasant. Still looks settled. Caught in between clubs, caught in between 2 minds. Didn't make a very committed golf swing. It's 7-9 of some variety. Justin. Absolutely flagged his tee shot. Par 3 fifth gets a very friendly and useful kick back towards the left. Could have been a lot worse for De Los Santos. Eagle at the 11th. Jinho Choi opens up a 2-shot lead over the opening round leader, Hyungjun Lee, the 44-year-old Hiroshi Iwata, and the overnight leader, Justin De Los Santos, as we make our way through the back 9 here on Saturday at Heaven CC. what I could do from that spot. Here's the sensible play. At least, don't get too cute with it. Just give yourself a putt. Give yourself a chance. Now, lead. The flagstick out. Roll that one through the fringe. It's going to be a ho-hum par then. Break that Jinho Choi is playing for 12. Tentative with the speed. I wonder if that 12 green's maybe just a little slower than all the others. Every putt we've seen has come up short. Sean Norris could do with a bounce back birdie. Nicely done, Sean. Yeah. Hasn't made a par yet on this back nine. Santos. Sneaky quick putt from this left side of the green. Okay, to the hole. No complaints though. Solid 3. So share of second. Oak from the right rough at 13. Angle's okay. That left pin. Save par and keep his card tidy. Aggressive with his speed here. Missing this green right and walking off with a 4. Richard Kim. Good position here. Even better on the green. Putter almost 10 years ago now, Jinho Choi. To say there are some people that look desperately awkward with the long putter. Jinho Choi is not one of them. To 14, watch out the 13th. Calls for a little cut off the tee. What players win with less than driving. Keep it at the top level of the fairway. The second shot in. All the way down to the flat. Course is firming up a little bit. Sunshine that we've been bathed in on Saturday. What a finish there for Yujiro Ohori. Eagle to close, 67. Go into the final round at 11 under par. Club that has given him issues in the past. One out to the right. Right, that avoids the weeds and it looks like it's sitting up. Minkyu Kim alongside Ohori. Closing birdie.
Hey,
Last way to end the day for Minkyu Kim. Horrible start, 3 over through 8. Finds a bunch of birdies. Cards around of 2 under par 70 to leave him at 8 under for the tournament. See that 13th hole, that bunker that the players must avoid on the right. Choi first to play. Just towards the left side of the fairway. Breeze into his face as well. under that one. That's well out to the right. Might even miss the bunker. It's got away with a poor one there, Jinho Choi. Santos has the power to cover that bunker. Do you really want to bring unnecessary trouble into play with a bit of breeze into his face? It's been a litmus test of his confidence right now. He made a good swing. Stop the finish. Yeah. Brilliant tee shot there. Comfortable. 29-year-old. Never won on the Japanese tour as a professional. This one's got 6 wins. Yoshiwata. Pretty big tee shot from Yamata. Nice little kick off the downslope, and Dos Santos will be coming into this green from out of the fairway. Oak for birdie. Drive up slightly for Jinho over the last couple of holes. The camera into the line should be okay. Pins on the right side of the green. Just pin line left. Yeah. You could foreseeably chip that one right on the edge. Kim. Nice birdie. Back to 11 under and back alongside Jinho, the man he's battling with the top spot on that Genesis points list, which at the end of the year, winner of that points list sends a special exemption onto the DP World Tour. A boost of other goodies, a new car as well. He's very good in the Genesis. Fantastic little ride. There from Kyung Lee, much easier putt than one that Hyunjin faces. Han Song, it looks like, on the 18th, trying to end his day in fast fashion. This is an eagle putt for Song. Oh, goodness. It tried, just wasn't quite high enough. Last year's runner-up in the Korean Open. Taehoon Kim at the par 3, 15th. Finds a birdie there. These players is just flying under the radar this afternoon. Together a pretty solid day. Kyungjung Woo, the ageless Kyungjung, to end his day with a birdie. Right old roller coaster towards the end of his round yesterday. This afternoon. 69. Kim Jong-moon. Top 10. To skirt the edge of the fringe here. Maybe you can putt through it. It's going to kick really hard left. It's impossible to get that one high enough. I'm surprised he didn't choose to maybe try and chip that. Some way to get that high enough was to putt it through the sticky fringe. He's got a tester for par as Song ends up 2-putt birdie on the closing hole. Back-to-back 69s for Young Han Song. in all likelihood, he'll be teeing it up with Kyung Jung Moon again tomorrow afternoon. Quick for Min, moving from left to right. Quick. And a longer par putt than faces Hyunjin Lee.
자, 플레이할게요.
Choi, 13th. Look at the right of his pin. Grab the hosel of the club and turn this one over. Looks like that's what's happened here. What's happened when you come out of the rough? Choi. He needs a lock for a par yet on this 13th. And Santos. He's going slowly, but just on his way back into contention. A lot of solid iron shots today. He's just looking a little right here, trying to turn one in. Abbreviated follow through. Okay, smart shot. Just right in that pin position. Flapping up on the green. That wind there is coming straight off the right. Club short. Water. Decent chance. Putt with his back line. So two. So just got a little difficult for Hyunjin Lee in the last hour. There's 2 bogeys in his last 3 holes. Baekjun Kim, 3 wood.
Nice.
The sound of compression that makes a ton of speed. Just hangs in that rough, but again, it's a good break. Looks to be a good lie. Min for par. That's a very messy, unforced error for Min Lee. These 3 putt, you can understand it was always going to be hard, but to walk off with 5 with kicking himself. Oak. Driver, just a soft one. Chasing. There's a little work cut out for him He's all right, back on the 13th green. Ample real estate to work with here. This ball that comes to rest in the edging groove. Just past it, so this might just bobble on him if it comes off the putter face. I don't think it's a little harder than it normally would. There you go. Got airborne early. Bad break. Jinho Choi. Ball that come to rest in the groove, he would have been able to move it out, but because it wasn't actually sitting in that carved out little track, I had to play it as it lied. 15 human. Unnatural location not to be trifled with. Also short water left. Oh, he took it on. Just creeps it on the front edge. Breathe a sigh of relief now, Gumin. With showing struggles, De Los Santos. A little opportunity here once he gets crowd control organized. Bold effort. Try just De Los Santos. Stop the rot here. Shortest it will all week is 15th hole, is 153 meters. The tempo and the timing seems to have gone off for him to lead. Oh, and that took a big kick. Goodness, that could be wet. Wow, Iwata. Putt moves right early. That little side slope. Just trickles on down towards the hole. It's about getting the first 6-7 feet of this putt right. Chance. Oak, 40. Try and cut a little wedge in, leave it left of this pin position. Himself the uphill putt. He's done that. Apart from this spot on the green, it's going to be working a little uphill. Jinho Choi. See, it's to coming in from right to left as well. It's back on 12 feet to try and save a par. Trying to keep that lead at 2. Kept going left, so another bogey on the back 9 undoes some of the good work of that eagle 3 at 11. Jinho Choi down to 1. It's okay, but gotta respect the release once this ball pitches on the green. Played for it. It's done nicely. Clever shot for Baek Jun Kim. gimme yet for Justin De Los Santos. Very well hauled. Win one. Somewhere down there should be Hyungjun Lee. Ball stayed out of the penalty area. In danger of dropping a third shot. In the span of 4 holes, it's all just come unstuck for Lee. To this for Iwata's par. From Jinho Choi. Iwata's right back in it. 2 shots. Steady on. There's much slope there is in the front left section of the green at 15. Go up to the final hole of the day and Yunwoo Yu. Opportunity. Go. Would have gone to share 5th. Sensible club selection for De Los Santos off the 14th tee. 3 wood. Still should be able to reach the downslope from there. I'm going to miss this fairway. Left certainly better than right with today's hole location. Excellently, Justin De Los Santos, not overwhelmed by the occasion at all. He made 1 bogey all week long, the Filipino. Wata, also with 3 wood, using that right side of the tee box just to give himself a little bit more angle to aim at. That'll stay in the fairway. Curious to see what Jinho Choi pulls out here. Is it driver or 3 wood? It's driver.
카메라 버튼 미리 눌러주세요.
He hit half the fairways today. We have been narrowed up a little for this championship. We come to Heaven CC and play. Expect the fairways to be a little bit wider than how they're playing this week. Let's nail his start line with this club selection. Top of that, a lot nicer. Okay, better than being in the right rough. Choi's once impressive lead, back down to the slimmest of margins. With the 36-hole leader. another bogey for Kim Jun Lee. One stage led after a birdie at 10. He finds himself 3 shots back. Oak. Drop. Checking on Canadian Richard Lee, bunkered at the par 5 18th, up and down here. Get him truly into the title picture. Yeah, not bad. Tough, those long bunker shots. And for 67 if we go back to picture with Kim. That was just a response to seeing Taylor Oak's putt stay high. Side of this hole, penalty areas. Starting that penalty area so hard at it. This is moving to the right. Perfectly acceptable. Pulled out beautifully on 14 for a birdie. Splashed out the sand well there on the 18th. Top of the hill, 30 water, gives you a nice clear view of the target down below, 136 meters, playing closer to 130 with the elevation drop. Dialed in, good shot. Ball on the green, so really good reference point and mental picture for Dos Santos. Starting an aggressive line. So from Kim and Lee, that's going to be pretty quick. Choi.
자, 플레이할게요. 멈춰주세요.
Even with an okay line, just has to protect against going long here. Certainly long right is not where you want to be. Let's carry on telling him pitch this 90, 95. Runs on great, if not, no problem. That could be a little uncomfortable. On 15 with Tatum Oak. Very tempting looking hole location with a little funnel pin. You can pull off a shot like that with the right club and number. Becomes a real birdie opportunity. sprinkler might be in the way for Jinho Choi. That indicates that it's not. Oh, he scared the hole with it. Really good putt from there for Choi. Kim down a slight tier right there. Should start to gather a little pace. Give the slope a little too much respect. Butter. Get the speed right here. It's left wanting again. To left her down the hill. Try and get up to 12 under par. Just send that out high enough. Justin De Los Santos. Real good opportunity to tie Choi at the top. Ooh, fraction too firm. Good putt though. Advantage for De Los Santos to be the chaser on this occasion. Allows him to stay aggressive, go on the attack instead of feeling like they have to defend and protect the championship lead. Now, lead from a slight downslope to 16th. Cutting the back right section of the green today. And yeah, that's more like it from Kim Jun Lee. Great distance control, keeps it on that upper level. To 18, Sung-il Kwon. Crowd around this par 5, something to cheer about. Oh, well done, Sung-il Kwon. Lovely eagle around a 69. Another player gets to 10 under par. I'd like to say that 5 shots of the lead come Sunday is going to have a chance. Well, there's going to be about 19 of them going to stay the way they are right now. Much flatter lie than Kim Jun's. The task is the same. Try and keep it on that upper right little shelf where the pin is. Fabulous shot. Round in the 60s. Richard leads at 68, matching his effort on Thursday. Going on to Championship Sunday, 11 under. Second win of the year. Box moved up for today's third round. And that flag also in the front and left portion just makes this all a lot simpler than it played over the first 2 days. Three cuts this season, Justin De Los Santos. His best finish of the year, just outside the top 10 in a share of 11th last week. The Mori Building Cup. That's the cut last year. This championship. stay up? It will. Lucky boy, Mr. De Los Santos. And actually, there he is. It's a pretty simple chip. One that I have to think about making. Wata's a wily veteran. He knows better than to bring a short miss into the equation. Clunky iron shot. Lots of some problems on these par threes. I don't think that rolled all the way into the bunker. It stays out of the sand. Fairly elementary up and down. Choi has kept the par threes even for the week. Currently leads by one.
플레이하겠습니다. 비디오 버튼 위로
A
눌러주세요.
little long and a little right of this pin. Has to play a shot of heroics right now. Excellent. Pretty aggressive with that line. More than enough yardage to cover the front edge, and Jinho Choi has birdie opportunity from around 18 feet from that. Players bunched at 11 and 10 under par. We've seen 63, 64s and more than our fair share of 65s this week. One of those players tosses it around like that. Whoever's going to be leading going into tomorrow, and they can't just play par golf and expect to win this championship. And shot 63 on Thursday. Early doors, there were 3 10 holes today. We thought maybe a similar number might be on the cards, but 3 drop shots in a 4-hole stretch have pay to those chances. Kim, 17 of those players and 11 under par. He's had some excellent iron shots today, Kim. Take advantage of the wedges, these opportunities, and he will. So Lee up alongside his playing partner at 12 under. Playing some excellent golf and went through 2-year military service in South Korea, and like so many before him, that game just hasn't quite been the same for him. Lee still tremendous talent. I've seen that bunch over the last few years in South Korea, and the Asian Tour does come to Korea. Speaking of the Rookie of the Year race, it's one of the Asian Tour's finest, Sadom Kaukenjana, who leads that charge after his victory at the Kolon Korea Open. Jin Kim tops the Genesis points list, and understandably so, also the scoring average category. Australian-born South Korean Sung Jin Yo, the longest of anyone on the Korean Tour. No one hits more fairways than Sunil Jung. Min Soo Kim, the amateur, who's played a bunch of events on the Korean Tour already, needs that greens and regulation category. Expect him to give himself lots of birdie looks. Now Iwata fortuitous to avoid the bunker. It's a little heavy-handed, Hiroshi. Looked a little out of sorts and frustrated today, it has to be said. Said this is a makeable chip shot. How aggressive is Justin De Los Santos feeling? That was tentative. Decelerated coming into impact, and he's left himself a bit of a knee knocker. On the tee at 17. 13 under par. So I feel like with a real decent shot. I didn't look enamored with the tee shot, but it's absolutely fine for Hyunjin. His closest pursuer not in for par yet. Perhaps opportunity for a two-shot swing for Jinho Choi, but he's got to respect the speed of this putt. Pretty glassy from long left of this pin. Lost it left early. Some pace on that. Well left off the 16th tee yesterday as well, right today. Not going to be able to get all the way up that little slope. Doesn't look like it. Wasn't that far off. So Iwata now for par. Up to left in this one. Seems to be able to get a putt to the hole. He's up to the back nine. That is unfortunately hammered straight through the brakes. So another bogey for Hiroshi Iwata. Top two on that leaderboard, just a little bit more breathing room. Back to Oak on 16. Definitely still on the top plateau. Fine shot from Taeham Oak. Good putt for Santos late in the round, and not want to be giving up shots. This for par. Okay, well done, center cup. Looking very calm, cool, and collected. Justin De Los Santos. Hyunjin Lee. Slightly above his feet. So let's promote a little right to left draw spin. Good opportunity there, solid shot. Dickish line right to left for left. It's 114. I think it'll be a hard gap right for him. Seems to have been smooth. Just goes in at full throttle. 13th staging of the Hana Bank Invitational. 2023 champion Jinho Choi unfortunately missing the cut. He's pretty tidy out of the sand this season. So too has Baekjun Kim and Bio Kim. Baekjun and Taehoon both with 4 top 10 finishes this season, and they're running inside the top 10 once again this week. We've had an Australian winner, a Japanese winner, we've had a Canadian winner, unfortunately. Stuck in the neutral for most of his back nine. Still a couple of holes to play. That is excellent. That is wonderful from Sean Norris. Goes birdie. He'll get to 12 under. Back on 16T. So important to be in this fairway, especially with that hole on that little plateau like it is today. If you bring the second shot out of the rough, it's just going to be a bit of guesswork. Playing this week to not have birdied this hole at some point this week, Justin. Going with 3 wood. I think that's a perfectly reasonable play. Prioritize precision over power. That's par 4. Hard. Is it leaking maybe just a smidgen? Just in that right rough. Actually, depending on the lie, see what options he has. Tap this pin. Sticking in his guns, going with driver Jinho Choi. Looked like it was going to be a pretty breezy afternoon. These players were on their front line, but the wind's been non-existent since we made the turn. Irritated to the nth degree by those couple of bogeys at 12 and 15 at De Los Santos. He'll go with the 3 wood, try to hunt the right half of this fairway. Just in the left rough. Angle-wise, at least he's got more green to work with. So try and run it onto that shelf. Just short of the green on 17. Pretty straightforward little pitch here. Don't have to worry about this one checking up too quickly. A lot higher than I thought he was going to, but it's all worked out well. Lower level on 16. Genesis points leader. Hasn't made a birdie since the 10th hole, Hyunjun Lee. And that trend will continue. Hopelessly frustrating back nine. Can't seem to buy a putt either. That's just rolled into knee knocker range. What he's thinking, why I hit that so hard? Just love to be able to go up and tap those in for par. Not always the case though. I'm just going to polish this one off before Norris steps in for his birdie. Good par save. Working this for Taven. Oh. Okay. Mops it up well. Birdie on the 72nd hole, the best B.O. Kim. After that International Series Korea victory, I'll forget it. Emotional scenes. Good birdie for Sean Norris, much needed as well for the South African. Hole and go to Iwasaki for an eagle. Second shot to get that close to that pin. It's going to be the simplest of two-putt birdies and a round of 69 that sees him into Sunday 11 under par. Angle-wise, you have to prefer Iwatas to Los Santos. You can see from that aerial shot. It's a pretty good line for Justin, things considered. It's far enough back where the angle of that bunker is not going to be that much of an issue, but still can't land us on that top shelf where the pin is. Got to land it. Going to play the shot that Bikchun Kim just played. Going around that front portion. It's almost going to come out with top spin. And protect against going through the green here. Nothing wrong with being short, just underneath the hole. Start at the left, I'm trying to cut one in. Pulled that slightly. I don't think he was aiming there. That's fine. Water. Even though he is coming over more of that bunker, he's got more room to try and manufacture something onto that upper level. Going to have enough? No, I don't think so. Good shot though. Played for the right amount of release. It's up to the putt. Choi with the advantage coming out of the fairway with maximum spin control. He can fly it on that back tier and get it to hold. This club sound like a bad strike. Just another 5-6 yards. But still, that's fine for Jinho Choi.
그러니까 여기도 바람 그냥 슬라이스만 보면 될 거라고 생각하라고.
Indicating that he guessed the wind wrong. It felt like there was a bit of help. It was sort of more straight across, but Jinho Choi continues to lead this championship only by 1 over De Los Santos and 3 over a trio back at 12 under. Feet for De Los Santos up this tier. Start to move a little right. Superb pace control there. Easy to do with adrenaline. Heart pumping. It's going to be harder to do tomorrow as he looks for that first breakthrough title. As we go up to Taehyun Oak at the 17th. Off a slide up Sullivan from the fairway to get plenty of spin on this. We saw Bitchin Kim overread this paddock. I move a little right coming up the hill, but because you're hitting it a little firmer, it doesn't take that break. It looks like a much better line for Iwata. That's a great line. How does that stay out? I think he knows. Let's give Jinho Choi a perfect line read, almost identical spot that the South Korean's going to be putting from. Left right. Notice he's pretty good at reading how balls are going to come out of the pit stuff this week, although not on that occasion. Choi. Watched Iwata's putt for birdie to get back to 16 under par. Par. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. We'll keep him one in front. He's found the fairway on 18. Hyunjun Lee with a chance to attack in 2. Cutting, but might be overcutting. Carry that bunker. Yeah, it does. Great shot from Hyunjun Lee. Good hits. It's going to be an eagle putt for him. Started left. There's trouble down those parts. Where's that ended up? I'm sure our cameraman knows. Just trying to turn one in, cut one in. Sean Norris. Thought Keenan Lee's was long. Sean's on the upslope, just 192 left. Brilliant angle. He's got the club tool. He likes the look of this. Stalking it, Sean Norris. Easy, easy. Okay, that's puttable. There's 2 putts that. He'll get to 12. There's a good chance he may be in the penultimate group. Afternoon again. A lot depends on how Lee and Hyunjun Lee played the last, and not forgetting Iwata, who's back on 17, but first to tee it up at the par 4. It's the man running in second. A couple of 3 was over the last few holes for De Los Santos, but he's got the big stick here on 17. That looks a little quick. Okay. Getting used to playing out of that thick rough. I noticed one thing with Jinho Choi. He just does get that club a little under playing. Transition, and has to sort of fight and time everything up with his hands at the bottom of the swing to square the club face up. Transition here. Again, just looked a little under. You can see how hard he had to work his right side to try and save that ball, save the shot, I should say. Such a great athlete. You have to be to win 8 times on a Korean tour. Great club sense. Knows exactly where that club face is at all times in his swing. So it could be said for Hiroshi Iwata. Big tune. Good touch there. Good tap. Craftily off the back foot just to Low little driller with a lob wedge. Where's Gyumin Lee ended up on 18? Standing in the bunker, ball's outside of it. He's getting a little finicky, but he's got ample real estate to work with. Down, so he should funnel the ball down towards the hole. Don't get too cute with it. Trying to play it there with spin. Clunky. And on the second shot, never brought the left miss into the equation, not with the trouble that lurks down the port side of this par 5. It's been a really rotten day for the tall fella from down south. That's good pace on that putt. 2 over par. 2 back. De Los Santos starting the day. He's a whopping 7 behind Choi now. Hyungjun Lee. This one, he's got to just run up and kiss the fringe before it takes a hard left turn. But really nice putt from Hyungjun Lee. There from Sean Norris. Nice touch. Creativity and visualization to be able to hit a shot like that as we go back to Taehyun Oak. Finally get one of these to drop. Just wiggles away low again, and for the first time today he's left scratching his head. Sean Norris for an eagle. Hit the par 5s horribly today. 2 bogeys and a birdie. Won't be forgiven if this one drops, but that's just got a little bit too much speed on it.
Pick up the speed on that uphill.
Oak on hold the plate. It is the easiest hole on the golf course. Fascinating to see if Taehyun Oak and Big Jun Kim end up teaming up alongside each other for tomorrow's final round. In top 2 in the Genesis points list. Could spend all weekend together. Choi for us. There's been a little bit of grass caught between club face and ball, which just knocks the flight down and takes the spin off a touch.
자, 플레이하겠습니다. 이동 멈춰주세요.
Not the end of the world. So I'll play for a front edge yardage, just have it bounce up. That would be something in the region of 107-meter carry, plus the uphill slope. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that for Jinho Choi. Center of the fairway. Midline pin, bit wedge in here. Just looked a little out of sorts, Hiroshi Iwata. Got himself good enough looks and still aggressive enough on the putting surfaces. Thickest lie of the day that De Los Santos has seen. I was talking about with Jinho Choi's approach, even if you're just on the front edge of this green, you get pretty basic up and down. A full sand wedge with this thick stuff for the Filipino. Pitched on the green. Maybe just a bit of a jumper there for Justin. Got a birdie look, but a lengthy one coming up on the penultimate hole.
In.
Didn't stay up high enough. Pretty well with judging the pace of his putt back on 16, so you have to call on that lag putting ability again on 17 as Justin De Los Santos negotiates that little hump in the middle of the green. Oh, stunning stuff. To get to 12. Okay. He's played the par 5s even par today, Sean Norris. That's a second successive round of 69.
I'll play this Norris. We'll finish there.
The big man off at your own peril. Sean Norris will be a contender tomorrow, mark my words. The fellow long putter user, tournament leader, Jinho Choi. To go a little, that needs to go a little. Okay. Is it down to tap in range? Get himself back to 13 under. It's a great two putt for Hyung Jun Lee. Really nice way to finish after got a little wobbly in the middle of that back nine. He'll scribble his name next to a 68. Around 15 feet. It's got good pace on it, but starting it way too low. Hana's just gone, that's cool for Hiroshi Iwata.
Okay.
69 for him. Sean Norris again tomorrow afternoon. Probably this one, Hiroshi Iwata. Maybe he's just saving all those putts for Sunday. Went off and played in Europe for a season after winning the Genesis points list and never really factored on the European Tour that year, Jinho Choi. He'll never forget how to win. And that's what he's going to have to remind himself coming into tomorrow's final round. Get victories on tour. Hope from the right rough at the 18th. Mean bounce, very hard one. Scampering through the back. That'll be a testy one. Found himself yesterday down that left-hand side. Opens up the angle towards this whole location. Shades of Jinho Choi. That is excellent for Baek Jun Kim. It's going to be an eagle putt for him. All left to play. Final group on Saturday. Tight little draw just off those bunkers. It's the ideal line of this 18th tee. Just got ahead of it, left the club face open. That needs to get down. Okay, it's safe. What sort of options do the Santos have into the last? Choi, imagine just take it just on the left edge of that bunker. Just did some kind of hold off fade. He's in this position because of how well he has played the par fives thus far this week. 4 eagles. 2 of them coming this afternoon. The swing there. That's how he waited for the club to set the top of the swing before unwinding. Stayed on plane. Was able to turn through the ball much more aggressively. Didn't have to do so much manipulation. At the bottom of the swing, square up the club face. Just for his sanity, you have to think Iwata needs to walk off this green with no worse than a 4. Just bleeding a little. Just finds the right rough, but the lie certainly looks better than De Los Santos's. right. Oh, it's so quick from back there. Stay there. Could catch the slope and go funneling on further. I'll just hang on. The only man who's going to be frustrated today. Uh-oh. Looking for the ball of Justin De Los Santos. Just up on the right-hand side. Certainly didn't venture all the way into the thick stuff. Transpires back up to the green for Oak's birdie effort. Interesting with 18 holes to play. Picturing Kim for an eagle. Oh, just a little wide. He's going to have a one-shot cushion over Taman Oak going into tomorrow as those two continue their season-long duel. Points this title. Ready to finish 71 for Kim. It's been a frustrating afternoon at the office for Jungwon Lee. No. Oof. Tough to watch. Share of fifth coming into today. You can't 75. Jungwon outside the top 40. One round to go. That's costly. Choi leads by one. Prime position on the fairway. Just 226 left. And closer to 240 with the elevation. He does love a par 5, doesn't he, Jinho Choi? Races through the back of the green. Wouldn't be exactly straightforward, as we saw from Taehoon Oak. But I don't think he can go straight at the pin from here. He's got it in a little left of it. This hole on Thursday, chipped in from just off the edge of the bunker. That's good. That's real good from Hiroshi Iwata. It's going to get better and better and better. Fine shot. Quite a congested leaderboard. And final round of the Hana Invitational. Staged for the first time in Ansan, the Heaven Country Club. De Los Santos has just had to lay up thick line, right hand side. Likelihood it's going to be Jinho Choi be leading to the final round for a first win since 2022. Runner-up 2023. One top 10 this year. De Los Santos seeking a breakthrough professional title. Season campaigner, Japan. He has a runner-up this year for the 7th career win on the Japanese tour. See the back of Justin De Los Santos, a good 40 yards off the front edge of the green. The Filipinos walked all the way up to survey the surroundings. Warm out. Head into summertime, land of morning calm. Yeah, it gets pretty warm in the Philippines, where De Los Santos was originally from, makes his home in Japan now. He's done so for the last couple of years. I think nice clean lie, especially coming out of the fairway. He's fine enough back there. So cut across this one, carried all the way into the back segment of the green with those low screaming 1-2 hopping, toss out an anchor kind of shots. Doesn't need to chase it up the slope, you can pretty much fire it to that back shelf. Showed a lot of heart today, Justin De Los Santos, and he impressed me. Birdie there. Post a round of 69. On this angle, taking a look was a little further sort of to the left as we're looking for Jinho Choi here, so not quite a severe downslope to negotiate for the 41-year-old, but he has to aim this one out left, have that slope feed it right. Beautiful touch. Rolls that one in. He's going to play the par 5s, 13 under. He's only played 12 of them. Cheer up. It was a better shot than that. Maybe she's just warm. It's quite balmy out there, as I mentioned. Oh, with an eagle here, Iwata could knock Hyungjun Lee out of the final 3-ball tomorrow and keep things status quo in this threesome. Just comes up that little gentle rise. It should move from right to left once it hits the back section. Unfortunately for Iwata, not the first time today, he just leaves it a little short. So as things stand, it's going to be Iwata, Norris, and Gyu-Min Lee in the penultimate group. It's going to be Jinho Choi, Justin De Los Santos, and Hyungjun Lee in the final 3-ball. Justin's mind, giving that putt to Jinho Choi already. So, this for a hard-working 4 that would take him into Sunday at 15 under par. I think one off the lead. He's got to start this one maybe just on the right edge. Played with a little bit of pace. Fabulous 4 to finish for Justin De Los Santos. Started the day with the lead. Dropped an early shot at the third, but 4 birdies since. Leaving with a round of 69. He will be in the final group Sunday afternoon. But he's going to have to hunt down a man who is no stranger to winning, although it's been a while since Jinho Choi was kissing the cup at the end of a tournament. Temporarily shares the lead with the Filipino. This is a putt for birdie. Around a 67. And a 1-shot lead with 18 holes to play. Was there ever a doubt that was finding the bottom of the cup? Brilliant round of golf from Jinho Choi. He leads by 1 after 54 holes, looking to end a 3-year-long winless drought. Jinho Choi sits in pole position as we head into the final round of the Hana Bank Invitational tomorrow afternoon. I'll tell you what, just looking at how stacked that leaderboard is, they're going to be 19 players within 6 shots of Jinho. Going to be a dozen within 5. And the quality of the chasers, they're not going to make it easy for him as we reflect on what's been a terrific day here at Heaven CC and start things off with Kyung-Jun Lee. Birdied his first, that a birdie at the second for the dream start. 33-year-old Jinho Choi able to use a little spin and slope to open his birdie account for the day at the second. At the fourth, Sean Norris ran his eagle putt well past, but nicely cleaned that one up for a second birdie of the afternoon. At the fifth, Yumin Lee was in all sorts of bother at the long par 3. And scrambled his way around excellently with a touch of magic, recording a birdie 2. On the same hole, Kyung-Jun Lee from the other side of the green did this. The fast start continued. 3 birdies in his first 5. While that was happening, Richard Lee was making a run. A birdie for the Canadian. 4th of the day. Go on to add another at the par 4 ninth. This precisely controlled wedge shot to turn in 4 under par 32. In the final group, Jinho Choi was creating some fireworks of his own. A brilliant 3-wood to this spot on the par 5. And an eagle putt that moved him 2 clear at the top. On 10, Hyun Woo Yu from a different zip code. Pop that one in for a birdie. That was his 3rd of the day. Would ultimately go on to sign for a 69 to sit inside the top 15 with 18 to go. Uri Iwasaki is also starting to heat that putter up. His 3rd birdie of the front 9. 5th, Justin De Los Santos, the overnight leader, started slowly with a bogey at the third, hit a beautiful long iron to that point, and rolled in that putt for his first birdie of moving day. Hit at the 6. Genesis points leader Big Chun Kim playing alongside Tae-Hoon Ok, who sits in second on the points list. Had this for eagle, so very nearly would drop, but a simple 2-putt birdie was just what the doctor ordered after Kim was 3 over through his first 3 holes. And the Hyung-Jun Lee show would continue at 8. Another birdie. He went to the turn in 31 strokes after a par at the 9th. Hiroshi Iwata started his day with half a dozen pars and finally posted a red number with a birdie on 7. At 10, Kim Jun Lee continuing to keep his foot on the gas pedal, played a wonderful little sawed-off wedge to kick in distance. Took him 6 deep through 10 holes. And at that point, into a share of the lead with Jinho Choi. De Los Santos was scrapping tooth and nail, birdied in the 6th. Gave himself a great look for another at the 9th. Unfortunately, just would go on to 2-putt that one for par. Jinho Choi just came off a bogey at the par 4 10th, but this easily shot of the day up at the par 5 11th. Rolled that one up to about 3.5 feet. That would be his 4th eagle of the week. De Los Santos briefly made it interesting. One fleeting moment, there were 4 players tied for the lead. But Jinho Choi going to roll in that eagle to lead by 2. And at 13 there were some problems. Choi went over the back of the green, caught a bit of an unlucky break with his lie. Didn't play the best of third shots and made a second bogey in 4 holes. Just give a little hope to the chasers. At 15, Hyung-Jun Lee struggles would continue. He would bogey 12, 14, bunkered on the 15th. That a par putt that didn't drop. All of a sudden, he was free falling down that leaderboard. Gyu-min Lee had to stay pretty patient all throughout the day. He would record his 5th and final birdie in his round. 69 for Gyu-min. He's in through 4 back. The 18th, Hyung-Jun Lee would find a 7th birdie of the day after a really good 2-putt. 68, he's in the final group tomorrow. Choi just went through the back of the green, had to use some deft touch with a wedge. Gave himself a nice opportunity to end his round with a birdie after De Los Santos popped one in for birdie to tie the lead. Choi make one right on top of him to lead by 1 going into the final round, looking for his first win since 2022. The golf, as always, has been spectacular at the Heaven CC. The Hana Bank Invitational heads to its final furlong tomorrow afternoon with Jinho Choi leading by 1 over De Los Santos. Iwata and Lee at 13 under par, and a trio headlined by Sean Norris at 12 under. Looking forward to your company as we conclude the 13th edition of this great championship tomorrow afternoon. See you then, same time, same place. Enjoy your Saturday, everyone. This is Timothy Lowe saying bye-bye for now.